7th of May, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
Okay. All right. Good morning again. As Lou said, this is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Tzalmud Nafshi here in Yerushalayim, here of Zoom. This is our first year this morning. We're learning Pierke Avos in the 5th parak. Let's see. I can put that on the screen in a moment. We can get started. Okay. Coming up. All right. Okay. We're going to review again paragraph okay. Yeah. Paragraph 14. Let's start with paragraph 14. Again, we'll do hopefully a review of this, and we'll continue on.
Okay, should I read?
Yeah, unless Mayor would prefer, whoever would like to read, that's quite okay.
No, Luke can read, that's fine.
Kol ahava, shehi talui b'davar kule. All love that is dependent upon something, etc. Ki anashim ha-mitachvarim amipnei shirara o shotafos mamon. Okay, so people who are friends because of their political positions or because they're financial partners. O ahavas ish leisha mipnei yofe v'rotze leva aleha, or the love of a man for a woman because of physical beauty and him wanting to have relations. Kevan shehi talui b'davar she'eno miskayam. Since it is dependent upon something, it will not endure. Gam ha'ava tisvatal behisvatal hadavar hahu. Also, the love becomes nullified with the nullification of the thing. Kamo, as kamo she'era, as it occurred, the Amon she'haya ohev l'tamar mipnei yofei. As it occurred to Ammon that he loved Tamar because of beauty. Kamo shene'amar, as it is stated, Es Tamar achosi ani ohev. Tamar, my sister, I love. Ukishit nismale ritzono mimena ubal osa. And when he fulfilled his desire with her and had relations with her, batla osa ahava, his love became nullified. Velo od, and not only that, Ella, but Shana Shesina Osa Sina Gedola. his hatred for her was a great hatred. Gedola ha-shina asher sina me'ahava asher ahava. Because great is the hatred, that is the hatred from love. What is this last asher ahava, that he loved?
Right. How it means that Shasana, right? Gedola hasina asher sana ava asher av. That it's great the hate that is hate from something which was loved, from the love that there was love for something. It's great. It's a great hate which is because of a hate of something which was previously loved.
So according to this, it has nothing to do with the accident.
Apparently, right. Apparently,
Simply a matter of the fact that since he loved her, and now that love has been nullified, he has a great hatred.
right. But the question is, according to this, where was the nullification of the love? Why did the love become nullified?
Right. So what does it say? It says, it says when he fulfilled his desire with her and had relations with her, the love became batal. Not only that, but the hatred became a great hatred. So it seems to me from that it's saying that it was the act of relations, having those relations. Once he had them, he was now disgusted with himself.
Well, that's
That's the
I'm
argument.
not sure we can really. That's the problem. That's the problem because we can't really. I'm not sure if we can say that because had the accident not occurred, we don't know what would have been. Right.
Well, yes, that's true, but we can ask, why does it state this? When he fulfilled his desire with her to have relations with her, it was batal. Why doesn't it say when he had an accident with her, he hated her?
Right. I agree.
Okay, so weiter. V'zeh eino biklal ahava shehi talui b'davar. And this is something that is not in the category of a love that is dependent upon a thing. He behit batal hadavar hit batal ahava. Because when the thing was nullified, the love was nullified. Wait a second. V'zeh eino. This is not biklal in the category ahava shehi talui b'davar, that it is dependent on the thing. I'm confused. I thought we said it was something. It was an example.
Yeah, so that's what's bothering me as well. It seems to be saying that his understanding of the Mishnah is. I mean, it's not clear to me how he's understanding the Mishnah, but
yeah, this last sentence is confusing.
right. Yeah, that I agree with you. I'm not satisfied with what that is, what the pshat is in that. Um, uh, yeah, we have to wait for that. I'm not sure about that. But uh,
Yeah, okay. Should I go on to
yeah.
15?
Yeah, let's go on to 15.
Aval shitahei sina beinehem Eino min hadin. But it is that the hatred between them is not logical. V'gam ha Mishnah lo amra kain. And also the Mishnah does not say this. Ki ha'ahava v'ha sina einan kitsavas shalo yeh beinehem imtzai, because the love and the hate are not extremes, because there is not a medium between them. Yesh anashim she'enan lo ohavim velo sonim. Since there are people that they do not love and they do not hate. Vesinas Amnon Haisa la Tana Yoser al Bitul Hadavar. The hatred of Amnon was not the cause was not the greater cause, I guess, of the nullification of the thing. I'm not reading
Yeah, I
this.
think that he's sort of answering the questions we had before. That the Sina that Amnon had, Haisa law, Taina, Nisera al Bittul Adover. It was a greater one second. His see his the hatred was not because of the Bittul Dover, right?
Ah,
It was much more than just the Bittul Hadover.
so how are you reading this? Vesinas Amnon, the hatred of Amnon was for her a greater cause concerning the nullification of the thing. How are you reading this sentence?
Right. Seen as Amnon, the hatred of Amnon, Haisulah that was for her, was a claim against her more than on the simple Bittul Hadover.
It was a claim against who?
On Tamar.
It was a claim against Tamar more than the bittul of the davar. Okay, it was a claim against Tamar more than the bittul of the davar.
Because there was, if you look at the situation, where was the bittul of davar? Again, the davar was her beauty. He loved her because of her beauty and because of the lust he had for her because of her beauty. So where do you see there's a bittul of that? There was no bittul of that. She still remained beautiful, right?
Yeah.
What he lost was his lust because he now could not fulfill it anymore because he became maimed.
Right.
So that was the cause of the hatred. Good morning, Roy. How are you today?
Good morning, Baruch Hashem.
Morning, Roy.
Good morning, hope everyone's well. Thank you.
If you notice, we're in paragraph number 15 here on the, if you see it on your screen there.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, Vahu Ma the Amru the Sanhedrin. And this is what is stated in Sanhedrin, the Perek Kohen Gadol, in the chapter of the Kohen Gadol, Nema Nik Sara Bo the Asoso to Karus Shafka. The hair that was tangled with him made him split his organ. Ve'ein zeh biklal ahava hamisbatlas b'hatival tatel hadavar. And it's not in the category of love that is nullified through the nullification of the thing.
Right. So he says it again, right? This is a whole different situation.
So before we said, Ze'ena biklal ahava shehi talui b'davar. And now we say, Ein ze biklal ahava, that was batla in the batla of the hador of the davar.
Right.
Okay, so so we have a contradiction here because we initially said, what's an example of something where it's dependent on the davar, and when the davar goes away, the love goes away? Ammon and Tamar. And now we're saying, no, that's not the case. This is not an example of that.
Right.
So it seems odd, since it picked out this case as the example of this principle, and now it's saying, well, actually, it's not.
Right. So for that, we have to. We started working on the Maharal. That was in paragraph number 25. That maybe we should review that now, because the Maharal is going to be he's going to be approaching this point as well, and from a different question.
Okay. V'yesh l'hakshos gam kain b'zeh she'amar ezeh ahava she'haya talui b'devar zeh ahavas Amnon v'Tamar. So we can ask also here in this that we said that this is a love that is dependent upon, we said a love that is dependent upon a thing. This is the love of Amnon and Tamar. Okay, the umashma ha stam ahava ena talui b'davar, and we derive that the general case of a love that's not the general case of love is not dependent on something.
Right, because if you have the example of Amnon and Tamar, which is something which is Ava Toli B'Davar, so an Ava which is not of that type of Amnon and Tamar, that would be of the level of Ava Shein and Toli B'Davar.
Right. V'achar kach amar eze ahava she'ena talui b'davar zu ahavas David v'Yonasan. And afterwards, after it talks about the case of Amnon and Tamar, it says that an example or a love that is not dependent upon something, this is the love of David for Yonasan. Umashma, and therefore we derive aval stam ahava, but the general case of love, talui b'davar, is dependent upon something. So we've just derived that the general case of love is not dependent on something, and the general case of love is dependent on something.
Right, because these are extreme examples.
Right.
So it could be, this could be an answer to one of the questions we had previously just now. That could be in the normal case, meaning the extreme case of Amnon and Tamar, as you say, it wasn't, as he was saying, it wasn't an example of Ava Toli B'Davar, nor was it an example of Batla Ava, Batla Ava. It could be he's trying to explain that it's an extreme case, and therefore we can't learn out to it's not referencing to the normal, the regular cases, the general cases. And that may be what he was explaining, that don't take this as an example of the regular case of Ava Toli B'Davar and the regular case of Batal Hadavar. Maybe that's what he means. I'm not sure.
Well, I could hear that if you just take that one sentence, and if you ignore the next sentence. But if you don't ignore the next sentence, then I can't hear that's the understanding. Because we have a stira. How can you come to any kind of conclusion when you have a stira? You have to resolve the stira first, I think.
He's going to answer the question, but before we get to the answer to the question, but in terms of the case of the Amna Matamar, if you acknowledge that's an extreme case, so we can understand what the Rashbas was saying, that Amna Matamar, that's not a case of Avatoli Badavar. I mean, it's not the normal case of Avatoli Badavar. It's not the normal case. It's an extreme case. Let's see now and see what his answer is.
Well, Perusho Gam Kain Kamo She Amarnu Lemala. And its explanation also is like we said above. He Ahavas Amnon V'Tamar, he Ahava Hataluya Bidavar Legomre Ve'ain Bizet Tzad She'eno Taluya Bidavar. Since the love of Amnon for Tamar was a love that was dependent on something completely.
It was completely dependent on something, right?
Completely dependent on something. And there is no perspective that it's not dependent on something.
There's no aspect. There's no aspect.
No aspect. There's no way to view it as to say it's not dependent on something.
Right.
Ki yesh ahava af al gav ki talui b'davar. Since there is a love that even though it is dependent on a thing, makom makom eina talui b'davar legomer. Nevertheless, it's not dependent on the thing completely. So, since there is a love that even though it is dependent upon a thing, nevertheless, it's not dependent upon the thing completely. Af im lo haya oso hadavar haya kan ahava since even if it's not this is not a thing that is still love. Let me see here. Since even if this thing is not a thing that is still causing love. I don't know how you're reading this sentence.
Ki yesh ava afa gav shayatoli b'davar. There is a type of love, even though it's dependent upon something. Makom makom eina toli b'davar legamer. It's not completely dependent. It's not exclusively dependent on something.
Okay. The next sentence is the one I'm having trouble with.
Well, so Ki af im lo haya oso davar, that even if it would be that certain thing did not exist, hayakanava, they would still be ava.
There would still be love, even though it did not exist. The thing did not exist. There would still be love.
Right. The ava is totally badava, but it's not completely dependent on the thing. So even if the thing won't exist, the ava would still exist.
Uh-huh. There is a love that even though it's dependent on something, it's not dependent on it exclusively. So even if the thing goes away, there's still love.
Right.
Af al gav shevadai hadavar gorem ahava yisera. Even though that certainly the thing causes the love, Yisera, the greater love. Makom makom lo ne'amar b'zeh ahava talui b'davar legomer. Nevertheless, we don't say here that this love is completely or exclusively dependent upon the thing. Lefichach, therefore, Amar eze ahava shehaya talui b'davar. Therefore, say this is a love that is not dependent upon the thing. Let's see, page. I think that's a period.
The Fikak Omer, actually, go to page 3 if I'm not mistaken. The
Right.
Fikak Omer, Ezen Davar, Shein Talui Badavar, Shein Sad Ava Klau.
Ein sad ahava klal, that there isn't an aspect of love at all. Rak bishvil hadavar shetalui bo ha'ava zo avas amnon v'tamar. There is not an aspect of this love at all. Only there's only an aspect of this love because
Which
of
is
thing.
right, which is totally about it. So the only aspect of love that exists there in that between Amnon and Tamar was an Avashet totally Badova complete.
What I wouldn't see completely.
Well, that's what it's referred. That's it. That's based on the previous sentence.
There is not an aspect of there's only the aspect of love in this case because of the thing that it's dependent on. This is the love of Amnon v'Tamar.
Right.
Now I'm completely confused.
Let's see where did you where's the confusion start?
Start off by saying this is This is an example of something that is a love that's dependent on something. Amnon and Tamar. Then we said it's not exclusively dependent upon something.
No, where did we say that? Amnon and Tamar, where did we say that? By Amnon and Tamar.
What do you call it?
We said ki yesh ahava af al gav shehi talui b'devar makom makom eno talui b'devar legomre.
Right. There's an ava which is totally bedavar, but it's not completely totally bedavar. So now the fikach, therefore, Amra is a davar totally bedavar. So therefore, now we want to say when we come to teach you, is a davar totally bedavar.
Right. Um, So what's the point of this sentence? We're saying it's not exclusively dependent, or we're talking about Amnon and Tamar, no?
No, Amnon was completely dependent on bedavar.
Uh-huh.
Fikach, Amra is a totally bedavar. Therefore, it was said, is a Abashi Tolibadavar. She'ain. What does that mean? What kind of Ava Tolibadavar? She'ain Sad Ava Klal. There's no side, there's no aspect of Ava at all. Rak only Bishvil Davar, only because Hadavar Tolibo, Ava. And Zu, this is the Ava of Amnon Batama. Therefore, we said, what is the Ava which is absolutely, completely dependent on something? That's the Ava of Amnon Batama. Yeah.
So we're saying this is an example of something where there's an exclusive dependence upon the thing.
That's right.
That's Amnon and Tamar.
Right. That's the extreme example of Ava Toli B'Davar. There's no aspect of love except the Ava which is Toli B'Davar. But that's not the normal case. Right? The normal case is that there's Ava which is Toli B'Davar, but there's other aspects of the love besides the Davar.
Right. We're saying because of this exclusivity, we get the hatred.
Oh, so okay. So once he didn't make the jump to the hatred yet. That's another stage. Hold on, we didn't get to the hatred yet.
Okay, so okay. So this is the love of Amnon and Tamar. She'ain tzad ahava rak shehaya Amnon ohev es Tamar bishvil ha mashgal. That there is not I'm sorry, there is only an aspect of love that was Amnon's love for Tamar because of the relation, meaning the sex.
Only because of the physical relation, only because of the physical aspect.
Excuse me, I gotta take a call. Sorry. Hello.
Oh, so he finishes off with Kasha Avrazeh Hayakan Sina Yisera. And so when this passed, So when this passed, then there became an intensive and extra hatred. Trying to explain why, what's the source of the hatred, what's the explanation of the hatred that was now existing. What was the source? I'm trying to explain where the hatred came in, because our Mishnah doesn't really go into that.
Mhm.
um,
Okay. Mm,
okay. Um, okay. So therefore, you have to realize that the hatred was um, a different dimension that was involved with the situation of Amnon and Tamar because of the complete lack of any ava whatsoever. There was a complete lack of any ava except what was an ava because of the davar, because of the lust.
Sorry for that. I got a delivery.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. Okay. Let's see. Oh, all right. Okay. So good. Okay. We finished. Okay. So we finished that paragraph. That was paragraph 25. Okay. But tomorrow we'll start with paragraph 26.
Okay. Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay. Very good. And, okay. Roy, you have a good afternoon, Mitzvah Shem.
Yeah,
And you're celebrating tonight your grandson's bar
Yes.
mitzvah. Mazel
Yeah.
tov, mazel tov, Mitzvah Shem.
Mazel tov, boy.
Many more simchas in the mishpacha.
Roy, could you send me the information again? I couldn't find the address and the times for the bar mitzvah.
Oh, okay. All right then, will do.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll continue on with the next year in a few moments, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay. Be well, everybody. Bye for
Thank
now.
you too.
Okay,
Very good.
be well.
Okay, have a good
Good
day.
Okay.